Another thing that was a game changer for me, but that almost nobody knows about, is no artificial dopamine stimulants. What do I mean by that? So, if you put artificial dopamine stimulants into your body, such as alcohol, cannabis, all kinds of drugs, even chocolate, and also caffeine, unfortunately. If we put these artificial dopamine stimulants into our body, our brain, generates dopamine, so that, makes us feel awesome, right? It gives us a good feeling. It actually makes us feel productive, but your brain also releases dopamine when you check off something that you had to do. Your to-do list, you check one thing off, boom, dopamine high. When you learn something new, boom, gives you dopamine high. When you connect with a person that you like, boom, it gives you dopamine high. But the problem is, if our dopamine receptors don't work well because there's so much artificial dopamine coursing through our brain, right? Then the problem is that the little things in life that will make you happy, that will make you successful, those little things, they will not really give you a fulfilling dopamine high, right? So if you have a to-do list and you need to do, different things, and you finish one thing and you check it off, if that dopamine high to you is really satisfying and gives you like a really good feeling, then little things in life will make you satisfied and happy and fulfilled. But if we put artificial dopamine stimulants into our body, so alcohol, cannabis, drugs, all kinds of drugs, caffeine, porn, if we, consume that, then our dopamine, our neurotransmitters, they don't work as well. And as a result, the little things in life don't really give you much fulfillment, and you're always gonna feel like, you're gonna feel like you have to force yourself to do stuff you don't want, and that like everything is just hard, it's so hard. So my personal recommendation out of love to you would be avoid all artificial dopamine stimulants. So that way, little things in life are gonna give you so much pleasure and satisfaction, and like going for a walk in nature, listening to music, learning new things. It's gonna give you such a satisfying dopamine high. It's gonna leave you fulfilled and happy, but that's only gonna happen if your brain is not overloaded with artificial dopamine. So avoid that. The last thing is, for me personally, what I do and what I have done in the past to be productive is I get up in the morning and I start working on the most important thing first thing in the morning. Meaning I try not to read books, not even do things that are technically good for me, right? Like reading and whatnot. I want to force myself every single morning to work on the most important task first. It's called, the concept, Brian Tracy, he calls it Eat That Frog First. Good book, by the way. Good book, good concept. Our dopamine is very important to how successful we are, but also how happy and how fulfilled we are in life. Dopamine, there's a new book, very good, you should read it, by Anna Lemke. It's called Dopamine Nation. I read the book. And yeah, dopamine is called the molecule of more. Dopamine, the molecule of more. That means our brains can't really distinguish. Our brains, they don't really know, like, if the dopamine in our brain, if that came from a healthy source, like learning new things, that's healthy dopamine, that's good dopamine, or if it's from a bad source. So for example, drugs like methamphetamines, they spike our dopamine like crazy, but obviously it's horrible for you. Don't do that. Don't do any drugs. They're bad for you. They're bad for your brain. They make you low energy. They cause you to be, not to perform as well. So yeah, our brain doesn't realize whether the source of dopamine is good, like learning new things, or bad, like drugs or alcohol. Alcohol is also not good. Or caffeine even, right? So our brain just says, dopamine, I love it, give me more. Just give me more, just give me more. So, to put it simply, if you get up in the morning And the first thing that you do is like work on something that is important to you, that you're gonna get a dopamine high from that, because you're working towards something that is important to you. You're working towards a goal that gives you a dopamine high, and your brain says, awesome, give me more of that. I want more dopamine, so you keep working on that. Right? You probably know what it's like, right? So sometimes you know you need to do something and you really don't feel like doing it. You've put it off for such a long time, but once you start, you're like, yeah, this is pretty cool, and then you just keep doing it. That's because it gives you a dopamine high. Dopamine, the molecule of more, and your brain goes, I want more of that. So we want the first dopamine stimulant, or like the first dopamine production in the morning. We want that to be from something that's important to you, that brings you towards your goals. That's how the neurochemistry in your brain works. That's how dopamine works. So Brian Tracy, love that guy. Obviously, great guy, great book. Read that book; it's really good. But he didn't even talk about dopamine in that book. I was like, come on, man, come on. All right, so work on the most important thing, first thing in the morning, ideally the night before. Write down what you're gonna do. So, and ask yourself this one question. I also have this, I learned this from a book. The book is called The One Thing. Highly recommend it. So what I learned from that book is ask yourself this one question. What's the one thing, so that by doing so, everything else will be easier or fall into place? So like, what's the one thing that if you do that, all the other things are going to be taken care of? Ask yourself that question, that's the one thing, and then do that one thing first thing in the morning. So, no reading the newspaper, no reading books, don't like scroll on your phone unless it's my content. Work on the most important thing, and then you're gonna get a dopamine high from that, and our brains, they just go like, all right, cool, I want more dopamine, so you're gonna keep working on that. All right, so these were the secrets to my personal high performance. They are very important to me. Everything I told you about completely changed how changed me as a person. Like ever since I'm like completely different than what I was when I was like 17 or 18 or 20. And now I'm a lot happier. All the things I mentioned, they helped me totally transform my entire life, transform everything about me, and now I'm happier because I'm more productive. You can't even compare it. The amount of energy I have now to compare to back in the days when I was like 18 is like night and day difference. If you loved this content, well, first of all, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. I love you. If you have questions, post them down below. And as always, I'll try my very best to answer every single one of your comments. I do this myself, no one else. I'm not paying anybody to, answer for me. I do that myself. So thank you so much for being a fan and for watching my stuff. I hope you found this helpful. I really hope you found this helpful. And if you want to know more, if you go like, I love that, that was awesome, I love that content, then go to my website, www.domdopert.com. Hop on a free discovery call with me, and in that call, I'm gonna ask you like what your goals are and struggles that you're having right now, and if I can help you, and then I'll give you a free strategy, a free recommendation, totally for free. What I would recommend that you do to fix your low energy, to burn off that body fat, get a six-pack, get six-pack abs, build muscle, but also to like increase your brain energy, to have more focus and whatnot. If we feel like we'd be a good fit and that we would like to work together, then I would love to have you join my coaching. It's online courses, but you also get one-on-one coaching from me, and you're also part of a group. It's a group of really cool people, high performers, and you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. So it's so important that you surround yourselves with winners who have, you know, really good goals, so that you don't really go into a bad direction in your life. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen. If you hang around with unambitious people who take drugs and whatnot, it's not good for you. Instead, join a group that is full of winners, or like who want to be winners, high performers, want to look their best and just maximize, you know, happiness and productivity. If you want to be part of that group, join my coaching. Yeah, hop on a discovery call with me, and then you'll be part of a group of winners, and that's gonna make it so much easier for you to lose weight, build muscle mass, and just improve everything about your life. You need to be part of a group of successful individuals who are doing good things in their life. You want good people in your life, and yeah, we do it on Zoom, so like we see each other, you know, every single week, and you can ask me anything you want. I will personally answer all the questions that you have and make sure that you have maximum success. I personally guarantee it. My name is Dam Dopert. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you know I love you. You're my kind of guy or girl. Thanks so much for watching. Have a super great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.